I just can't believe it's happened to me again. Where could they be? Have you seen my glasses? I can't seem to find my glasses. They are where? Where are they at? On my head? Oh, wow, thank you. Oh, much better. I can see you all. Welcome, welcome. We're so happy to see you all again. We'd like to welcome you to our recap of our SunSpark Lab VBS. We had such a great time watching some cool demonstrations, having them playing some fun games, and eating some yummy snacks. And most important, we learned some amazing and true things about ourselves, about the Bible, and about God. And we discovered God's plan for you and for me. Yeah, that's right, for me, right here, this guy. So since we were all exploring and discovering in this lab this last month in our VBS, do you remember our demonstrations? We talked about gravity, we talked about motion, we talked about cause and effect, and we talked about transformation. And you know the amazing thing is gravity is still working on us today, and it's still around us. And when God made the world, He created all the scientific laws that govern it, like gravity. When we discovered all kinds of amazing principles God created, and we've discovered amazing answers to some very important questions. When God made the world and everything in it, He made us all different from the rest of His creation. So God made us to be like Him so that we could love Him and have a close relationship with Him. But something happened. Something did happen. Which reminds me of cause and effect. You see, whatever we do, a cause has a result, which is our effect. Whenever we sin, the effect is separation from God. Sin is the Bible's word for doing wrong things. Unfortunately, this is a sad part. It is very, very sad. Unfortunately, our sin gets in the way of our being one with God. But God promised to send someone to fix the problem. Much like my lab assistant E did for me, correct? Yep, So for hundreds of years, people waited and waited for that person to come. Which reminds me of our spark principle about motion. People were stuck in sin until Jesus came and put God's plan in motion. See, motion is what I'm doing right now, motion. We can know what God is like by reading the things that He did. And because God gave His word to us, the Bible, we can read things about Jesus. You see, God sent Jesus, which is the most important reason that God sent Jesus into our lives to transform us. And we have a spark principle about transformation. That principle states that transformation occurs when something new is introduced to an existing object and changes the object, just like Jesus changes us. Jesus can transform us. In 1 Peter 3:18, the Bible tells us Christ died for our sins once and for all. The one who did what is right died for those who do not do what is right. He died to bring us to God. Jesus' death and resurrection make it possible for us to become members of God's family. If you would like to know more about becoming a member of God's family, there are people here who would love to talk to you about that. Don't leave today without talking to somebody about becoming one with God's family. Before Jesus left the earth, He gave instructions to His friends, His disciples. Jesus wanted them to go all over the world telling other people about Him and sharing God's love in such fun and exciting ways. And our spark principle tells us about a chain reaction. It's a series of events caused by one before it. Sharing God's love with others can start a chain reaction, can go on and on and on and on and on and on. Get it? It goes on and on and on and on. It's the way God's love works. When you share God's love with someone, then that person might want to share God's love with another person. And then that person shares with somebody else. And again, it goes on and on and on and on. Well, we are getting to the end of my recap. I have been called away on important government business. You see, I was called away with some of the very brightest in my field. My field is new and exciting things. That's my field, new and exciting things in the scientific community. So right now, I am going to turn my time over to my co-professor, and he is going to share some amazing demonstrations that we did in SunSparks Labs VBS. Thank you. Signing off, Professor, and no E today. God bless you, and have a wonderful day at Sunday School.